So, it is that time of year again. It is that moment that we have all been waiting for. The road to U12 dev update. So, around last night for me, around 10:30 PM, we got from the Baron our update dev info. So, what does that mean? Well, for Nomad players and PC alike, we have now got some more brand new information, which I'm going to be covering right here, right now, on the road to U12. So, if you want to go and read the article yourself to get the full insight and the full detail, I will leave a link down below in the comment section or description. But, first things first, we are going to get straight into the most simple stuff, and then last but not least, if you want to hear any more of the juicier stuff, scroll to the end of the video, because that's where it will all be. So, to start off with, we are getting physics-based swimming. So, as soon as we got the new home area in U11, the one featured request that they were getting asked constantly, can we swim in the water so we're not just drowning if we go in it? And now they're making that happen. And with like U11, all these little updates will come in patches with smaller updates to add all these in. So no doubt, physics-based swimming, they're able to get that done as soon as possible, and they're going to add that in. And with physics-based swimming, we will also be able to row paddles in the water, like everything else in Blade and Sorcery. They're aiming for an immersive experience, so the work that they wanted to do was make it possible, so swimming motion could be used with the controllers, so you can go and make it as accurate as possible so it doesn't look like you're just speeding through the water. Breakables. So, a thing that probably a lot of us wasn't expecting. Any item that you can think of in the Blade and Sorcery areas or maps, like tables, chairs, pottery even, rocks, we're able to have a chance of making that breakable now. So, what does that mean? Have an NPC there? Want to get some MANGER out? No worries, just smash a chair on him. He'll be fine. There is a new dynamic music system. Pretty straightforward. So, if you've been seeing a lot of mods where you can add your own custom music into arenas or games, well, that might not be needed for much longer, as they are planning to add their own new custom-made music tracks for each arena. So then make it a little bit more comprehensive, I must say. So music being custom made is also good news for YouTubers as well, like me and everybody else, as yeah, copyright unscrupulous issues with certain companies. Next, we have got more of an animation overhaul. So what they show in the news article here is a brand new animation for shield users of NPCs when you're fighting in Blade and Sorcery. So to be able to do like a shield break bash against you. But I imagine that they're going to be bringing a lot more varied animations with different weapons, hopefully with spears. Daggers we've already kind of got a little bit of, but just to make it a little bit more lifelike and real, because they're always going to be changing this throughout each update, so it's nice that they're still adding little bits and bits. Next, we have got new outposts and including underwater sections. So, as I mentioned with the first beginning bit, they're going to be adding in swimming, so it's only fitting that they add in some outpost rooms in the dungeons that fit with this theme. Some of these themes will include being able to swim underwater, so then you access these certain outposts, which are going to add new side rooms and whole new room areas that are going to get added onto this update as well. So, some of these rooms are going to play a big part into the crystal hunt. So, some of these underwater areas, there's going to be quite a lot of enemies I've been really excited about. And probably one of my most favourite features that have been confirmed to come with U12. An in-game mod manager. Now, how is this going to work? Well, there's going to be an options in your book that you select when you go and configure whatever for your settings while you're in an arena or home or game or whatever. There's going to be another section added to our book, and that is going to play as a game mod manager. So then, for Nomad players and PC players alike, especially Nomad players, it's going to be a lot more easier to be able to in-game install mods from Nexus Mods in-game and not having to plug any wires in and do it like manually, because it is a pain in the ass for Nomad players who don't have PC. But yeah, it should be a lot more simpler soon enough to download in-game mods eventually. Next as well, with a new in-game mod manager, they are also adding in with the addition of a new moddable dungeon system. So as there's been new modded maps, of course they're going to bring in the whole new system of being able to mod dungeon areas. So hopefully when we're halfway through U12, we should start seeing from some really talented modders some custom made dungeon areas, or like dungeon systems, which will be like a little love letter to mod makers and the mod community to give modders permission to pretty much go absolutely nuts, in Baron's words. Now, next for armor mod scripting, that's finally going to be unshackled a little bit more. If you've been seeing it on U11, we're going to be seeing a lot more of it on U12, as they're going to be giving some more useful tools and tips for the modders of the community to simply be able to unlock the possibility and the full potential of pretty much being able to mod any armor or themed thing that you want that our characters can wear, like the Stormtrooper and the Clone Trooper's armor. Now, a word for Nomad players. If you are a Nomad player, you might want to listen to this. Now, I'm going to be reading this from the Baron's words. So, Nomad players, read the Steam news too, and only because I know I will get asked for the news. Still same as always, scripting, modding for Nomad players is being worked on. Progress is being made, but I can't give any release date because it's too unpredictable. Currently, it is working for a guy who's testing with mods, but there are still nasty bugs popping up with some mods. All mods are different, and we want to fix the first to prevent a disastrous release. I know you guys are eager, and some of you guys are impatient, but please remember that this is an unprecedented modding support for the Quest. It's a miracle that they even got it working. And our guy is breaking his back on it already, being upset or angry for the release date. It doesn't make any move faster. The work on a Crystal Hunt is going underway since U11, so hopefully it's going to be as good as they say it will. But is a sampler for an idea of what may be after U12. Here is a screenshot of a new area or a new biome completely called Dalgarians. Dalgarians. Something on the lines of that. I might have butchered that name. But yeah, enter the Dalgarians, yeah. So the description reads: the ancient Dalgarians' ruins have been opened. The nations and factions of the Biaf scramble to claim the treasures within. The Great Crystal Hunt has begun. So, a big new map, a big new pile of opportunities await when we get the Crystal Hunt. So with the Crystal Hunt, it's going to lead to a lot more new things than we thought. This is only a teaser for stuff to come. But yeah, and it's going to be a completely free as a part of the Crystal Hunt mode, so we won't have to pay for anything. And obviously, it's going to look instinctively different from the Outpost dungeon, and it's aimed to be comparable size, but a lot more huge compared to the Outpost. And if you think the Outpost is already big, just wait. But big reminder, this is not for U12, the Dalgarians. They just wanted to give us a sneak peek at the end game of what they're planning. But they're not going to make any promises that they won't keep. So if we don't have an official release date for this yet, that's because they want to give a date when they're ready, which is pretty chivalrous of them, if I have to say so myself. Now, that is pretty much all of the news right there, and they're out into the public now. We're gonna get this gradually, presumably, but this is really promising for the future of Blade and Sorcery. And as always, I will do my best to keep you guys informed. But let me know which is your favorite opinion or feature on this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.